If it bleeds, it leads. How the media sensationalizes stories. Mass shootings, political chaos, economic collapse. Or so it seems every time you turn on the news. But is the world really on fire? Or is that just a story they want to tell? Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast and the channel. My name is Mike. I'm that old guy with the guitar. And I hope you're joining me with a cup of coffee or maybe a cold beverage. I got my coffee right here. Today we're diving into a topic, how the media uses fear, drama, and political spin to grab your attention and keep it. It's a game of ratings, influence, and emotion. Let's break it down. You've probably heard the phrase, if it bleeds, it leads. This isn't just a catchy line. It's a core strategy in newsrooms. Why? Because fear sells. Studies show that stories involving violence, crime, or disaster consistently attract more viewers than positive or neutral news. And in a 24/7 news media landscape driven by ad revenue, more eyeballs means more money. Even rare events get blown out of proportion. Ever thought shark attacks were an epidemic? Spoiler alert, they're not. Let's talk about sensationalism. News outlets often present stories in the most dramatic way possible. It's not always what they say, but how they say it. They use tone, music, language like devastating, terrifying, or unprecedented to evoke emotion. That emotional reaction, it keeps you watching and watching and watching. And it's not just TV. Social media algorithms prioritize content that triggers strong reactions, fear, anger, outrage. That's why your feed looks like the apocalypse, even on a normal Tuesday. Now let's address the elephant, or donkey in the room, political bias. Some networks lean left, others lean right. It's no secret. But here's the thing, this isn't new. Even in the 1800s, newspapers were openly affiliated with political parties. The idea of completely neutral journalism is relatively recent and arguably unrealistic idea. Today, networks often report the same story through totally different lenses. One might frame a protest as a fight for justice, another as a descent into lawlessness. The facts may be the same, but the narrative, completely different. So why does this matter? Because media shapes how we see the world. If every day looks like chaos, we become anxious, divided, even hopeless. But worse, when stories are spun for ratings or politics, truth often takes a back seat. It fuels polarization, misinformation, and distrust. People stop listening to each other and start shouting past each other. And when that happens, nobody wins, except maybe the media companies raking in the ad dollars. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. You have more power than you think. Diversify your news sources, but don't get trapped in one bubble. Look for outlets that focus on facts and not drama. Use media bias charts to understand who's leaning where. And most importantly, stay skeptical. Ask yourself, is this the full story? Remember, the goal isn't to distrust everything. It's to think critically and not let fear or spin control your view of the world. The media isn't evil, but it is a business. Understanding that helps us see the bigger picture. So next time you hear breaking news, take a breath, check the facts, and decide for yourself what's really going on. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. And drop a comment. Which news source do you trust and why? Stay curious, stay calm, and remember, it ain't that bad. I'll see you in the next one.